Hey, what is going on everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome finally to part 4 of the A380 tutorial. I am really sorry that I am just now getting to this. I feel really bad. It has just been a very difficult overall design to get it to match the way I wanted to. I have a pretty good idea in mind now, but we are still just going to kind of riff as we do this. I don't have an entire detailed plan, mostly because it just kind of came together when I built this. The first time I would fly over, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to. But nonetheless, we are just going to kind of riff as we do this. It shouldn't be all that difficult, hopefully. And I hope you are ready to finally finish this once and for all. Of course, if you haven't already made your own interior. Here are the materials that we are using. Ignore the andesite and concrete there. We are going to start with these and go from there. I don't know that we will need any more. And we are roughly following the interior layout of the Emirates A380, since they are sort of the flagship proprietors, I guess, of this plane. So without further ado, we are going to start with our quartz slabs, laying out the first and second levels of this. For the first level, the floor will be one block below all of our concrete doors that we have going around, and we can place a top half slab on the block below the doors. We can fill in this entire area with those top half slabs. You can also use blocks if you want to. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'm just going to use slabs. And we can extend these slabs all the way to the front of the plane, right here where the cockpit will be. And we can also do the same thing in the back of the plane, which I have already done, just going all the way into that tail cone. So we should have a nice single level going all the way across the plane. Before we do the second floor though, we are actually going to do the first floor interior. That will be a little bit easier since it does get pretty crammed in here. So begin with some smooth quartz blocks. We are first going to map out the galleys and the lavatories. These are all going to follow pretty much the same design, at least for this door right here, this door, and this door. The middle three doors are where we are going to lay out these galleys and lavatories. The door in the very back and the very front will be a separate design. Start by leaving a one block space on either side of these doors, and then place a quartz block on either side. So we are going to have this 3 block gap right here. Actually, here in the back behind that door, place a block right next to it, and then have a block 1 block in front. So a 2 block gap right there. We can do the same thing right here with a 2 block gap, and right here with a 2 block gap. Again, this is the front of the plane, so that block right there with the space is towards the front. We will do the same thing on this side, just like that, and then leave a 2 block gap, and then place 1, 2, 3 quartz blocks across the middle in line with all of the blocks that we just placed. So that will look something like this. So this is the galley space right here. This will just be a blank wall, and then towards the front of the galley we will have our lavatories. So right here down the middle, place 1, 2, 3 blocks. Actually, let's go with 2 blocks right there, so we get that little T shape going. We can do the same thing right there and right there, so we should have that design. And then we are just going to extend that out by 1 on either side from that T. So from up above it looks like this. Again, that is the front of the plane. And then we will do 1 more quartz block in line with the blocks that we just extended. So each of these spaces right here will be the lavatories. You can actually take out some doors right now. I am going to use iron doors. You can use any door that you wish. And we can place these from the outside in all of those 1 block gaps. So that should now look like this. Finally, we are going to extend this row of blocks that we have here in the back we can place one more block going towards the middle on the outside 2 quartz blocks, just like that. And I messed that up there. There we go. So no blocks get extended for the lavatory section, only for that dividing galley wall. And now this has pretty much lined us up for our seats. The seats on this bottom level, all economy seats, I am using deep slate brick stairs for these. They will be placed 2, 3, and 2. Now obviously because of the scale, they aren't actually a 2, 3, 2 configuration, but that is how these stairs align for this level. And we start with a 1 block gap behind that row of quartz blocks right here, and then we will have a 1 block gap with all of these seats thereafter. Sometimes they won't perfectly line up with the galleys, that is okay. But again, we are doing that 2, 3, 2 pattern all the way across this first level. We will even squeeze a couple seats in right here as well. And once we get here towards the back, right there where we hit that quartz block on the edge, that will be the final row of seats. As for the front, we will actually place our stairs directly adjacent to the lavatory wall right there, and then we will go forward for 2, 3, 4 rows, just like that. In front of this last row, place a row of quartz blocks, just like that, and then 2 more on this side and 2 more on that side, following the same pattern that we have done before. And then fill in the rest of those seats. So our first level should be looking like this. Right next to the very front door, we have our row of 2, 3, and 2 quartz blocks. And then we have 4 rows of seats, our first set of lavatories, and our first galley. And then 5 rows of seats, our second lavatory and second galley, 2 rows of seats, and then our third lavatory and third galley, and then 4 rows of seats here in the back. Behind those seats, we can have 3 or 5 quartz blocks placed right behind those, and those will extend up, leave a 3 block gap, and place 1 more wall going across. So this will be our final galley. We will not have any lavatories back here. While we are at it, this wall that we just placed, we can go ahead and extend that all the way up to the top of the plane. So we are just completely blocking in that tail cone, and that will look like this. So the ceiling layout of this plane is, of the first level I should say, is pretty simple. Above these upside down stairs that we have for the windows, we will place an upside down quartz stair facing the middle, and then we will have a quartz slab like that, and then we can extend that out by 1, and then go down diagonally towards the middle and place 1, 2, 3 going across, and then go back up diagonally, extend it out 1 more, and then 1 more upside down quartz stair on that side. So again, that's an upside down stair on either side facing the middle, and then 2 slabs going up diagonally and 3 across the same level as the top half of that upside down stair. This pattern will get extended all the way towards the back and towards the front, where we can build up this wall just a few blocks. Leave this middle wall open in the front. We are going to have a staircase to the second floor, but we can fill that in as well. But the upside down stairs will be skipped anywhere that we have these quartz blocks or the iron doors. So skip the galleys, skip the lavatories, but next to all of our seats that we have here in the very basic economy, we will do those upside down stairs and follow that same pattern that we have done before. And once you are finished, you should have a design like this. We will have all of these gaps in the ceiling. Again, that is where all of those lavatories and galleys are. We will go ahead and take care of those right now. Start by extending all of these quartz blocks up for a height of 3 in total. So we are putting 2 blocks on top of all of these quartz blocks. We can do the same thing here in the very back, just extend those quartz blocks behind those seats up for a total of 2. We can even extend this door in, so place 1 more white concrete right there, and then a couple quartz blocks going up, and a couple more on top, just like that. On top of all of the iron doors for the lavatories, also place an additional quartz block. And now that all of those are finished, what we can do is along the wall, place some upside down quartz stairs in that 2-block gap over the door, just like that. And now we can extend these 2-block wide slabs going out, and we can just fill in over all of those galleys and lavatories with these slabs. So that will look like that. For these gaps here in the middle, I think we will just extend those slabs going across on that same level so that it is flat. So from above, it should look like that, and again here in the back, we can just extend all of those slabs, covering up the exposed area of the plane. Now that all of that is finished, the first level is pretty much done. I guess we can go ahead and extend this wall out here in the very front. We can do that on either side, and I guess we can go ahead and do that for all of the lavatories, just to give some added privacy. Again, I'm just extending this wall directly behind each of the seated sections. And now our first level is complete. It is time to move on to the upstairs. We are going to start with a staircase, so go 1 block in front of where the door is. It should be a 1-block gap from this wall right here. Place a row of 3 smooth quartz stairs. You can place a row of blocks underneath those, and then another row of smooth quartz stairs, another row of blocks, just building that wall up, another row of smooth quartz stairs, and then we can do some upside down quartz stairs right there, and one more set of right side up quartz stairs. So 4 sets of stairs in total, and then we can go ahead and fill this in with blocks, and what we will see is this floor level will be, again, 1 block below our, or I guess 2 blocks below our windows, 1 block below our doors. We are going to do the same thing that we did for the first level and make this entire level, well, level. We are going to fill in the floor. For on top of these slabs, we can go ahead and place normal quartz slabs. If you want to fill in that gap, you can, if it bothers you, but I am just going to leave that exposed. And again, just fill in this entire level with smooth quartz slabs. And that should look like this once it is finished. Just for continuity, we can go ahead and replace the block underneath all of those white concrete with a second white concrete. Even though it is not visible from the outside, we will do that just so that we also get that exit door look on the inside. So just as before with the first level, we have a blank canvas up here. Now the Emirates first class and business class level on the A380 is divided with the first class here in the front, the business class here behind it, and then there is a bar at the very back of the plane. Right over here we will have a bar, a seating area, and all of that. So unlike before, we are actually going to begin with the ceiling. That will make this a whole lot easier. Take out your smooth quartz slabs. We are only using slabs for this, no stairs, and start on the block above the upside down quartz stairs for windows. On that block above it, we are going to place a row of top half slabs going the entire length of the plane. We can do the same thing on this side as well. Next, we are going to go up diagonally from those slabs by 1, 2 on both sides. Place 2 slabs, 1 half slab above the previous, and then 1 more slab in the middle. So we have that shape happening right here, and we can extend this for the entire length of the plane. So it is 1, 2, and then 1 at the top middle. And again, we can extend this as far forward as we are able to, which is right about there. Now, if you have seen pictures or videos of the Emirates First Class, first of all, you will know it is very, very luxurious. You will also know that they do a 1-to-1 configuration for it, simply because the plane is wide enough to accommodate for that. However, because of the scale that we are building at, it is hard to do a 1-to-1 of those private cabins. So instead, we are just going to have a 1-1 configuration right here. That way we can really capture the detail of those private cabins. Start right here in this very front window. Actually go 1 block behind it and place 1, 2, 3 mud walls extending out on both sides, just like that. We are then going to extend these back for a total of 1, 2, 3, and 4 on both sides, and then we are going to go back in by 2 on each side. So here on the inside, we should have a 2x3 area. Wreck the middle wall in the front on each side, fly to the inside, and place an upside down sandstone wall on either side. And we can wreck, let's go ahead and wreck the front block right there, not the corner, the one behind it, and upside down sandstone stair right there as well. Next, grab out your oak slabs, and we are going to place 1, 2, 3 oak slabs right underneath the windows, top half slabs just like that. And then in this back corner right here, place a right side up sandstone stair, in front of it a sandstone slab, just like that. So that is our seat, and this is our counter space, and I suppose this is where the TV would be. Next, we are going to extend all of these mud walls up by 1 more block, and 1 more on top of that upside down sandstone stair. These will go all the way around, just like that, and there we go, we have our private cabins. We are going to repeat this a few more times, starting with this upside down sandstone stair placed in this wall right here. So we are going to break that middle wall, and then it will be the same thing again. Leave a 1 block gap, and then place 1, 2, 3 sandstone stairs, 1 block gap going towards the wall, and 1 more. I just realized I called these sandstone stairs. These are mud brick walls. Nonetheless, leave a 1 block gap right there, another upside down sandstone stair, a right side up sandstone stair on the inside with a slab, and 3 oak slabs along the wall of the plane. Extend all of the mud brick walls up by 1 and place 1 more on top of that sandstone stair. Again, repeat this until you have 4 on each side. And here in the very back, don't place an additional sandstone stair right there. We can just close that off with our walls like that. But once you have all 8 cabins put into place, it should look something like this. Our last step will be to place gray carpet on top of all of these quartz blocks in between these walls. Now you will have these little quartz block gaps right here. If you want to replace those with gray wool, you can. Some of them may show through to the bottom floor though, because of how we have arranged that. But if you want to place a row of slabs right there to cover that up, by all means, go for it. So we have all of that carpet into place. It is all looking very cozy, and all of our private cabins are finished. Now go to the back of these walls right here and place a row of smooth quartz blocks on either side, 3 blocks wide, and extend those up to the ceiling. We can replace those slabs so we get a nice flush wall. And then we are going to have our bathrooms. So these, of course, on the plane are very large. I don't want to make them too big because I don't want to take up too much space here. So we are going to go with a 2x3 lavatory on either side, or I guess it's more of a full-blown bathroom, and we can extend those walls all the way up, again replacing that slab there in the corner. Place 1 more quartz block on top. We can place some iron doors from the outside. I'm not going to worry about the interior of these bathrooms. If you want to, definitely go for it. And then we are going to have a 2 block wide galley right here. Again, same thing, extending those quartz blocks up. And then for our business class, it is going to follow a very similar, actually almost identical pattern if you built the 777. Leave a 2 block gap here in the middle from this doorway, 1, 2 on the 3rd block, place a quartz block, extend that up by 1, and go ahead and extend that back all the way until you reach that back exit door, just a solid row of blocks. Take out some black stained glass panes and place 2 panes, leave a 1 block gap, 2 panes, 1 block gap, 2 panes, 1 block gap, and 2 more panes. Fill in all of those gaps with some quartz blocks. So we have this divider that goes down the side, or down the middle. So the way that these seats will work is we will have an oak slab, a 1 block gap, and a right side up stair, and then an oak slab, a 1 block gap, and a right side up stair. And we are just going to repeat that pattern a few times, again leaving a 1 block gap in between the slab and the stair. And we can have one more right here next to that exit door. You probably noticed I'm not too concerned with the exit doors on this upper level. We can repeat that on this side, so the slabs have a 2 block gap in between them, and then these stairs are placed directly in front. As for the middle, we are going to start from back here. We will have our stairs placed in line with all of these smooth quartz blocks that extend up and kind of divide that glass. So we should have 4 in total, and then we will place in our slabs right behind those stairs and 1 more here in the front, again leaving that 1 block gap. So there's our business class, there's our first class. Let's go ahead and make a dividing wall right behind these stairs. So again, just extend those quartz blocks going up 3 blocks in height. And now we can do the bar area. This is the last little bit of the plane. Start with an upside down quartz stair on either side of the center wall right here. Extend that out by 1, turn it, and extend it out by 1 more. Turn 1 more. And then go ahead and break each of those stairs so we get this upside down stair pattern with those corners turned. That is the bar itself, and then we can have a few seats. So let's go ahead and place a sandstone stair facing the back of the plane right there. We can turn that just like this on either side. Actually, let's go ahead and do this instead. Place a stair facing the center right there, and then turn that as if it were going towards the bar, and then place a stair from this side facing the back and place 1, 2 extending backwards. We are going to have a table right here, 2 spruce or dark oak fences, I should say, and 2 black carpet placed on top of those, just like that. Same thing over here on this side, a smooth sandstone stair facing the bar, turn that going towards the bar, and then place a right side up sandstone stair. So many words coming out of my mouth with all of these stairs. A right side up sandstone stair facing the back, turn that extending to the back, 2 dark oak fences, 2 black carpet, and there we go. There is our bar area. It's not super extravagant, but it gets the job done. Finally, we can go through the rest of the upper level with our gray carpet and fill all of that in, covering all of the quartz without blocks on top. Of course, if you want to replace those blocks underneath the slabs, go for it. Again, though, they might show through to the bottom level. If you want to do the galleys, we can keep those pretty simple. We can place a row of upside down quartz stairs across the bottom on either side, the front or the back. And then we can place a row of slabs on top just like that, just for some shelves. And let's go ahead and do this front area real quick. Let's fill in with our smooth quartz blocks here in front of those mud brick walls. And we can have some basic lavatories right here in the front. We will leave a 2 block gap right here and then extend a wall out on those 3rd blocks. Actually, let's go ahead and turn this into a first class galley. So again, upside down smooth quartz stairs across the bottom, and then some slabs right above those. We can extend the carpet all the way up to the stairs, where we can also extend our smooth quartz blocks, and we will just extend those past these stairs just like that right here at the top. Can we replace these with slabs? We can. So let's go ahead and replace those blocks with slabs going across the top. That will give us a little bit more clearance, and then we can just have that step up as it is. So this is 2.5 blocks tall right here, and then it will slope down a little bit. And right here where these slabs kind of dip down, we can place a row of blocks right behind those, 1 block back, and then 1 more row of blocks going back. Finally, let's do the cockpit. Leave a 1 block gap from these stairs, and then place a solid row of quartz blocks. Just like that. Right here where we have this gap for the door, we can fill in those 2 blocks right there. Same thing on that side. And then the cockpit door we can put right here. We can just place an iron door for that. Now I know this part is definitely not very realistic. We can extend these stairs though going forward, and we can extend those slabs as well. We can bring those quartz blocks going across, and then right here we can connect those slabs to those stairs. I know again it's not all that realistic. Right here I think we'll fill in those slabs as well just to bring that ceiling height down a little bit, but for what we are working with, I think this is the best that I could get it, at least for now. Again, I really wanted to get this video out, but as you kind of saw, it is not the easiest interior to take care of. There are a lot of moving parts, weird scales, and different layouts. It's definitely meant to be observed from the outside, but for those of you wishing to do the interior, I hope this video was at least somewhat helpful. If it was, definitely hit that thumbs up button and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. Once again, I do apologize for the very long wait on this interior episode, but again, I hope you can at least admire it from the outside, if not the interior. Check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye.